Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss an important ISC string related program question. Write a program in Java to accept a sentence terminated by full stop. If the sentence does not terminate with full stop, display a message invalid string and exit. Otherwise, display the words according to the ascending order of word length in a table format. So a sentence should be accepted as input and it should terminate with a full stop. If it is not terminating with full stop, there we have to end the process of checking for the number of words and sorting it. And suppose if it is ending with full stop, then what we want to do is first we want to extract the words, or we have to separate the words and then find the length of every word, then sort the words according to the word length in ascending order, and we have to display them in table format. So word, then its word length, that should be displayed in a table format. For example, if you are getting a particular sentence, India is my country, with a full stop, then it has to display the words in the ascending order of the word length. That means according to the number of characters in the word. So here is and my are the two words which are having two characters or of length 2. Then India is of 5, then countries of 7, and now this four words in this sentence are displayed in a table format according to the ascending order of their word length. Right, so this is what expected in your output. Now let us start programming this. Now let me create a class sort word. Class sort word. Now I am writing the main method, public static void main, then string args. Yes. The first thing, we want to get a sentence as input from the user. In that case, you want the scanner object. So scanner object should be declared in our main method. So scanner in equal to new scanner of system.in. Now the scanner object is declared, but the scanner class is not known to the program. Yes, the scanner class is not known to the program and it is showing an error. Cannot find symbol class scanner. So you have to import the package that contains the scanner class in your program by using the import statement. So import java.util.star. Now what you want to do is you want to accept a string as input. So you display a prescription to the user that enter a string or a sentence. So actually the question says you have to accept a sentence as input, but sentence is nothing but a string, right? So let me accept a sentence as input, and let me give a prescription to the user that enter a sentence. So system dot out dot println enter a sentence. Now it's the time to accept the sentence from the user as input. So let me assume a variable, string variable, that is going to store the sentence accepted from the user. So string, and let the name of this string be s1, for example. So string s1 is the sentence equal to. Now you have to get the sentence from the user. So if you want to get a collection of words as the string, then you have to go for next line method. So next line method is capable of accepting a collection of words, and it will accept characters from the keyboard, even including the white space, until enter key is pressed in your keyboard. So you want to use next line method. So in dot next line. Yes. Now next line is accepting the string from the user. Now let us go back to the question to see what the question says. The sentence should terminate by a full stop, or it should end with a full stop. If the sentence does not terminate with full stop, then we have to display a message invalid string and exit. So there you end the process of doing all this things expected by the question. So here you have to check whether the sentence end with a full stop. So that's the first thing you have to do, right? So let me check how whether the sentence is ending with full stop. How can I check whether the sentence is ending with full stop? A sentence is ending with full stop means it's the last character in the sentence, right? So the full stop should be the last character in the sentence. So I want to extract the last character in the sentence, and if I check it is equal to full stop, then I can say that it is ending with full stop and I can continue the process. Suppose if the last character is not equal to full stop, then I can stop the process. I can just display a message invalid string and I can stop the process. So how can I compare whether the last character is a full stop or not? Yes. How can I get the last character? So there is a predefined string function in Java, that is char at. So char is accepting an index as input. Okay, it's accepting an index as input, and it will extract the character at that index from the string, right? But what is that index now? The last index of that particular string, or the index of the last character in the string. So what is the index of the last character in a string? Index of the first character is always 0, and index of the last character is length of the character string minus 1. The index of the first character in a string is 0, and index of the last character is length of the string minus 1. So let me check what is the length of the string. So length of the string is actually identified by using, or it is calculated, or it is returned by a function length. So length is the function that is returning the length of the string, but it should be called by the string for which you are calculating the length, or you are finding the length. So you want to find the length of the string s1, which is entered by the user. So now s1 dot length. Now index of the last character is length of the string minus 1. So index of the last character is length of the string minus 1. So now char at of s1 dot length minus 1. This is denoting the last character. And if you want to call char at, again you have to call it using the string or string from which you want to extract the last character. Right? So here s1 dot char at of s1 dot length minus 1. So now it is denoting the length of the last character in that particular string. Now I want to check whether this character is equal to full stop. So within single quote you can mention a full stop, right? So this is what actually the full stop, and it's a character, so it is enclosed within set of single quotes. Now I want to check whether this character is ending with this full stop. That means the last character of that string is equal to full stop, right? This is what I want to check, right? But what I am going to do is, now I am not going to check whether it is equal to full stop. I am going to check whether it is not equal to full stop, because if the question says if the string is not ending with full stop, then you can stop the process. So here what I do is I simply display a message system dot out dot println invalid string, right? And there you can end the process. So you can give exit of 0, but it's not even necessary, because the remaining things can be in the else part. Automatically what will happen is, if the if condition is not satisfied, it will go to the else part. If condition is satisfied, it will print the invalid string and it will come to the end of the program. So let me give in else part all the remaining process, right? So else part, in the else part we are providing the remaining things, right? So if the characters or string is not ending with full stop, there you are printing invalid string, and you are not going to do any process. But if it is else means if it is ending with full stop, there you can do all the process. Let me check an error reported here. Yes, it's nothing but the semicolon, right? So now semicolon is given. Okay. Now what I want to do is, actually I want to get the words from the string. Okay, I want to get the words from the string, and I want to find the length of that word. That means number of characters in the word, and you sort this words according to the word length in ascending order. That is what I want to do. So let me go character by character. Okay, let me go character by character and let me gather the characters as a word until a white space is encountered. So in our sentences, if you notice, every word actually every word is actually followed by no, every word is followed by void space. Every word is followed by void space. So start gathering characters one by one from that string until a white space is encountered, right? So if a white space is encountered there, whatever all the characters you gathered, okay, till a white space is encountered will be considered as a word. So this is the logic we are going to use. So what I want to do is I want to go character by character. But at the same time, I want to do some initial processing. First thing, already the sentence ends with full stop. That's why we are coming for this processing, right? Else part. But in the word, in the last word, that full stop is not necessary. The last word should not have the full stop. Okay, word is actually having the collection of alphabetical characters, but not any special characters. So after checking whether the sentence ends with full stop, I can exclude that full stop from a string, right? Or sentence. So how can I do it? Again, the same. The index of the last character. Okay, the last character is actually full stop. So I want to extract the characters from first character till the last character, or means or the character before the full stop. How can I get it? Right? How can I get it? Yes, again using another string function. Here the string function is actually substring. Substring. Substring is actually a string function that accepts two arguments. One is the starting index. So I want to extract all the characters from 0. That means the first character from index 0 till the character before the last character or the full stop. But what is the index of the last character? We know already. It is index of the last character is length function. So length function is returning the length of the string. So s1 dot length will return the length of the string, and minus 1, that is what the index of the last character. Okay, minus 1, that is the index of the last character. This is what, so from first character till the last character, s1 dot length minus 1. But here there is a speciality for this end or end index. Okay, end index will not include that end index number provided in the function call. For example, if you are providing 5 in this place, okay, in the place of s1 dot length minus 1, if you are providing 5, then substring will not extract characters from 0 till index 5. It will extract from 0 till index 4. So now index of the last character is denoted by s1 dot length minus 1. But what I want the character that is before the last character. So in that case, by default, if you are providing the index of the last character as end index for the substring, automatically by default it will extract only till the character before the last character. So now I am stopping here. So substring of 0, comma s1 dot length minus 1. So substring should be called by using again the string object. So s1 dot substring of 0, comma s1 dot length minus 1. Now this is returning a collection of characters from 0 till the character before the full stop. That means full stop is excluded. Store back the result again into same s1. That means s1 is now having all the characters excluding that full stop, right? Now what I want to do is I want to have one more thing added here. Okay, what is that is, as per our logic, okay, if you notice it clearly, as per our logic, when a white space is encountered, there you are till okay, the characters you gathered in this okay, in a word, till this white space is considered as a separate word, right? So after India there is a white space, after is there is a white space, after my there is a white space, but after country there is no white space. So that means even though all the characters in the word country is accumulated, it will not be considered because there is no white space after country. So what we want to do is we want to explicitly add a white space with a given string. How can we do it? S1 is the string plus S1 plus, then a white space within set of single quotes or within double quotes. So within double quotes, leave a white space. Now an additional white space is added so that the last word is also considered for processing. So S1 equal to S1 plus white space. Okay. So at the end there is an explicit white space added to consider the last word in the string or sentence. Including this, now calculate the length of the string. You now calculate the length of the string. So before that, a semicolon is missing again. So let us give the semicolon. Now calculate the length of the string. So let me assume that I have a variable name length or L, shortly L. It's an integer variable that denotes the length of the string. How can I calculate the length of the string? S1 after this modifications, S1 dot length. Now I have the length of the string in my hand that includes the white space, but full stop is not there. Now I want to go character by character in this string, right? How can I go character by character? Again, I have to go for a for loop. This for loop will start from the index of the first character in the string and it will go till the index of the last character in the string. So for then let me assume a looping variable I, and that starts from the index of the first character 0, and I want to go till the last character in the string. That means up to length of the string minus 1. So index of the first character is 0, index of the last character is length of the string minus 0. Sorry, length of the string minus 1. So length of the string is L and it has to go till less than L, or otherwise less than or equal to L minus 1. So it will go till last character in the string. Now I plus plus. So this for loop actually going through or traverse through all the characters in the string. Now let me take every character from the string, right, and do some process. So how can I get every character? Again, caret of. I want to provide an index as parameter. Here the index of characters is denoted by this looping variable I. So caret of I is now supplied. Okay, caret of I is supplied, and caret should be called using the string name. So a string object. So s1 dot caret of I. So it is returning a character from the current index from 0 till length minus 1, and let us have it stored in a variable char ch. So the ch is gathering or it is getting every character one by one from the string until this for loop is executing. Now what I want to do, I want to check whether this character is a white space or not. If it is not a white space, it's an alphabetical character surely, and that should be gathered until a white space is encountered. So that's what our process is. So we have to keep on gathering the characters until a white space is encountered. If a white space is encountered there, we find a word of the string or sentence, right? So let me check if the character we extracted now is not equal to white space. If it is not equal to white space, okay, if it is not equal to white space, then what I want to do, I want to gather it in a word. So I require a word. Okay, I require a word. What is that word? Word is also a string, right? So let me declare a string variable word that is going to gather all the characters in that particular string until a white space is encountered. So initially it should be empty. So now it is declared, and here when a non-white space character is encountered, that means an alphabetical character is encountered, just let me gather it in a variable or accumulate in a variable. So that variable name is actually word. So word plus ch. The current character is not no, it's not a white space, it's a alphabetical character. So let me gather it in the word and store back it into word. So word equal to word plus ch. Now when ch is not equal to white space, that means it's an alphabetical character. Let me gather it in a word. Suppose if it's a white space, in that case whatever you gathered in this variable word is a word or it's a part of that sentence. Okay, so you keep on adding characters until a white space is encountered. If a white space is encountered, whatever you gathered in this word is a word. It's a word in that sentence. In that case, in the else part, right, in the else part. But before that, what I want to do, what is my motive is, I want to get a word and count the number of characters in that word. I want to get the length of that word, right? I want to get the length of the word. Since I am going character by character, okay, since I am going character by character, whenever I find a new character, I can increment the count of the characters by 1. I can have a variable and I can increment the number of characters available in that word by 1. So let me have another variable, integer variable, for example, integer count. So count is actually denoting the number of characters in that word. So initially it is 0, and whenever a non-white space character or alphabetical character is encountered, there increment the count by 1 so that the number of characters in that word will be counted here. Okay. So for every alphabetical character, the number of characters in that word will be counted here. So that's what you have to do. Whenever a character is added with this word, then increment the number of characters in that word by 1. Right? Now let me come to else part. So when you are encountering an white space, there is a word. Okay, what you have here, this word is actually word. Right? It's a word. Now what I want to do is, I want to sort it. Actually, I want to have the word length and I want to sort it according to the word length. So if you want to go for sorting, then what you want is, you want an array, single dimensional array, because all our sorting algorithms are capable to work on single dimensional arrays. So here what I want to do, whenever I gather a word, I want to accumulate it in a string array, because a word is a string and the word length of that word is already available in count, so that should be stored in another array. Okay, so now let me declare two arrays. Okay, so one is string array, so string, for example, let me name it as array, and new string of, I am not knowing the number of words going to be there in that particular sentence, but for a maximum I can assume that it would be 50. Okay, now since I don't know how many number of words are there in that particular sentence, right, let me assume that it is 50, right? So now array of length 50, that means with 50 words is created. Then correspondingly, for storing the word length of that words, right, let me create another array. For example, word length, in short I am giving w length, right, and it's another array that is going to store the length of every word you are going to have, right? So integer, since we are assuming 50 words, let us assume 50 word counts will be there, or no, word length will be there. So again, now size of this word length array is also 50. Now what I want to do is, whenever I find a word, that means whenever a white space character is encountered, this condition is not satisfied, it will come to the else part, and whenever white space or whenever a new word is actually encountered, there this word is available in this string word, and add it into that string array. Okay, add it to the string array, because we want to gather the words in an array and we want to sort it. So we want to accumulate the word into the string array and word length in another array, that is word length array, right? So for every word, first assign the word to the string array. But if you want to count the number of words in the string array for further processing, you want to have a variable again, right? So what I do is, let me declare another variable, for example, integer c. The C is nothing but it is counting the number of words in that string. Okay, number of words in the string, especially number of words in that array, string array, right? So initially let it be 0, and in the process, what I do, let me start the index of this array. Okay, array of C equal to then the word you are getting. Okay, the word you are getting. So assign the word you are now available in this string word into this string array. Then the word length is available in count, right? So assign that count to the word length array, word length of C. So C is initially 0. So for the first word array of 0 and word length of 0. So now count is denoting the number of characters or the word length of that word. So both are stored into that array, right? So the word is stored into array string, a string array, and the count is stored into word length array. So now both are available in the same index in different arrays. What's next? Once they are stored into that array, the purpose of this word is over, because later we will have all these words and their corresponding word lengths in these two different arrays. We can get the details from that arrays itself. So this word is now it's ready for accepting the next word. It is ready for accumulating the next word. In that case, make it empty, because it has to store the next word. Once the current word is processed, it has to go for next word. It should be ready for next word, right? So that is very, very important. And again, this count is denoting the number of characters in that current word. Once the current word's count is added into this W length, that's this array, again it should be ready for counting the number of characters in the next word. So in that case, that should also be made fresh for next word's count or next word's word length. So let it be 0 again. Once the current word is processed, we refresh this string word and count for next word, right? So these are the two things we are using or we are doing. Now here one problem is here. What is that? Variable I is not declared. Let us declare variable I here. Okay. So integer I is declared here. Okay. Right. So whenever necessary, there we can declare the variables. So it's not necessary that we have to declare or we have to remember all the variables required for a particular program at the point of no opening or starting that program, right? So whenever you require that variable, at that time you declare it. Okay, so it will be very useful when you are doing practicals. So when you are doing practicals, there you cannot assume all the variables names at the beginning itself, right? So whenever required, declare the variable with a name and use it in the program. So that is what actually the correct way of declaring the variables. Now let us move to the next part of the question, right? Next part of the question. So actually the thing is, this array contains the words in that particular string, and W length contains the word length of every word in that string. Okay, right. But one important thing is, once the current word is processed, to denote the next word, this C should be incremented. Okay, so C is initially 0. So in the first index or index of first index 0 denotes the word and corresponding length in the index 0. For the next word, C should be 1, so that the next word and its length will be in next index. So C++. This denotes the next word, okay, index of the next word to be stored into this array and W length, right? Okay, so now before going for sorting process, let us display and check how this array is actually filled with. Okay, so what the proper content is there or not, we have to ensure it, right? So let us display it one time in the required format. Okay, so let me declare it. For example, here this for loop ends here, and let me declare it here. Okay, let me declare it here, and here let me display the array one time, array and word length array one time, right? So for I equal to 0, and I here initially I had 50 words or maximum 50 words in this string array and 50 word counts in this word length array, right? But now I have the exact count of number of words available in that array, because I am not having even 50 words in that sentence. We have 4 or 5 words. So I know how many number of words available in the string now, okay, by using this C. So C is initially 0. Whenever a new word is added into that, it's incremented by 1 at the end of this, okay, if block or sorry, else block. So finally the C contains the exact number of words available in the sentence. So now instead of going till 50, okay, because all the words or all the locations in that array are not filled. Okay, only 4 or 5 words or 10 words maximum or 15 words are going to be filled. So that is available in this variable C. So let me go to C. So I less than C, right? Then I plus plus. So C is denoting number of words in that array. So from first word 0 till last word C minus 1, that means less than C. What I do is I display this array in a table format. So system dot out dot println. Okay, system dot out dot println. Now what I do is I display the values in this array. Let me display the array first. Array of, okay, then I, then with a tab space, okay, with a tab space, so within double quotes let me give the tab space, right? Then again plus, next one is corresponding word length. So word length is in the array word w length and of same word, so that same index. So same index, right? So array of I actually denotes the word, then corresponding word length. So both are in the same index, right? In the different arrays. Now it's displayed. Let me display no header for this table. Okay, system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println. First the word, okay, first the word, then after a tab space, right? Then the word length, okay, then the word length, right? Then the word length, okay, right? So now let me execute the file or program and let me compile it once. Yes, what is that error? Semicolon expected here in the system.out.println. Okay, so now it's given. Let me compile it again. Yes, one more error is there. Semicolon expected here. Okay, right. Now again compile. No syntax error. Let me run the program once. So the existing content is there. Let me clear it. Okay, and close it one more time and let me run it one more time. Otherwise, India is my country. Full stop. If I am not giving full stop, what will happen? Invalid string, there it will stop, right? Now let me run it again. Yes. Now enter the sentence. India is my country, and now it's with full stop. Yes, you see. Now it is displaying the word and their word length, okay, but in unsorted order, right? So India is having number of characters 5, then is having 2, my is having 2, then country is having 7, but they are not in the sorted order, they are in unsorted order. That means they are in the order of their presence in this sentence, right? But what is our duty is, what is the question says is actually to display them in the sorted order, right? So now it's our duty to sort them. How to do it? Again, see, we have two arrays in our hand and we have one or more sorting algorithms in our hand, and you can use any standard sorting algorithm, right? And you can sort that arrays, right? Let me go with bubble sort. Let me go with bubble sort. So sort using bubble sort. Sort using bubble sort, right? So bubble sort, how it is working. So let me give a small description on bubble sort, then let us go to our program again, right? So now bubble sort, yes. How bubble sort is working? We have a set of elements in our hand, and here bubble sort is going in number of rounds, and number of rounds or number of passes required to sort n elements is actually n minus 1. And in every pass the element for the current element is combined with the next element, and if they are not in the proper order according to ascending or descending, they will be swapped. For example, let me give 23 and 35. Yes, they are in the sorted order in ascending order. 35 and 12, they are not in the order, so just swap them. Now continue from 35 and 15, and they are not in the sorted order, so 15 and 35 are swapped. Now 35 and 1, they are not in the sorted order, So 1 and 35 are swapped. So at the end of the first pass, if you see, the largest element is in its place. The largest element is in its place. Like that. Once the largest element is placed, in the next pass, you need to consider only the remaining elements, unsorted elements in the array. So in the second pass, the comparison should start from 0 again, but it has to go till the element. For example, here there are 5 elements, so in the last index is 4, so it has to go till 3. Okay, and the same process continues, and you are getting again new set of elements. Okay, new set of elements, right? But if you see in the second pass, now two elements are in the sorted order, and now your third pass has to go till only up to 2, 0, 1, 2, up to index 2. Then in the third pass, if you see, now if you see 15 and 15, 23 and 35 are in their place, right? Sorry, in the second pass, 23 and 35 are in their place, and in the third pass, what you want to do is you want to go till 0, 1, 2, okay, not 3, 0, 1, 2. So now 15 and 15 and 1 are not in the proper order. 15 and 1 are not in the proper order. So swap them. So 1 and 15. At the end of the third pass, 15 is in its place. So 15, 23 and 35 are sorted. Now you have to go from 0. In the next pass, you have to go from 0 till 1. Okay, so 0 and 1 both are not in sorted order. So just swap them. Now at the end of fourth pass, you are getting all the elements sorted. So if there are n elements, then number of passes required is n minus 1. If there are 5 elements, number of passes is 4, right? And one important thing is at every pass you have to go, or you have to do the comparison from the first element till the last element in the unsorted portion of your array. So here first initially all the elements are unsorted, so you have to go till the end, okay, till the end of last element, right? In the second pass you have to go till 3, sorry, 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. The third pass you have to go till 2, and in the fourth pass you have to go till 1, right? So outer for loop. Now let us come to the program. The outer for loop denotes the number of passes required. So if there are 5 elements, 4 passes required. That means 5 minus 1, 4. If there are size number of elements, then number of passes is size minus 1. That means less than size. Okay, the value less than size. Start from 0 and go till less than size. So the outer for loop denotes the number of passes required in that particular array, and so first index is always 0, so start from 0 and you can go till number of elements minus 1. That means number of passes is actually 0 till the number of elements minus 1. Actually there are 5, then 4, so 0 to 3. So here there are sizes, for example 5, then size minus 1 is actually 4, so 0 less than 4 is 3. Okay. Sorry, 0 less than 4, right? Size less than 5, 4. Actually it is size minus 1. Okay, size minus 1. So 0 to size minus 1, less than size minus 1. Okay, so this is outer for loop. Then inner for loop starts comparison from first element till the, already I told you, initially the first pass all the elements, second pass up to 4, sorry 3, then third pass up to 2, and fourth pass up to 1. Okay, so generally speaking, if there are 5 elements in the array, then first pass will go till 4, right? So it is 5 minus 1 and value of I, it is 0. Then in second pass I is 1, so 5 minus 1, then value of I is 1, so 5 minus 1 actually 4 minus 1, 3, it will go till 3. In third pass it is 5 minus 1, then I value is actually 2, so 5 minus 1 minus 2 it is 2. So like that, if number of elements is actually m, for example, then every pass will go till m minus 1 minus I, right? So here number of elements is actually size. So inner for loop will start from 0 and it will go till size minus 1 minus I, right? So this is how the inner for loop works, or it is comparing till the last element in the unsorted portion of the array. So in every pass, every pass the comparison will go till only the last element in the unsorted portion. So the sorted portion will not be touched, but that is actually obtained is by this condition, right? Now, let me, then what will happen? Every time it will compare the current element in J with the next element J plus 1. If they are not in the proper order, just swap them. Now that is what happening, and swapping is happening with the temporary variable or third variable here. Okay. Now let me go back to program. Now I have an array, two arrays, and I want to sort them, but the sorting is actually should be based on the word length. Okay, depending upon the number of characters in the word, we should sort them. So what we want to do, we want to start, okay, we want to sort actually the array word length array. At the same time, correspondingly the word also should be sorted. Okay, I want to sort all the word lengths, but when a word length is sorted, the corresponding word should also be in the sorted order. So in this loop, in this bubble sort looping structure, we will sort both the arrays. So I equal to 0, I equal to 0, then I, as we discussed, I less than size minus 1. That means the number of elements minus 1. So here the number of elements is actually C. So C minus 1. So I less than C minus 1, then C plus plus. Okay. So this is actually outer for loop. Then let me get into inner for loop. In the inner for loop, what will happen? Let me assume a looping variable j, and it should start from the first element itself. So its first value is 0, and every time this j should go till number of elements minus 1 minus I, right? Then j plus plus, right? Okay. Now what I do is I am comparing the word length array. Actually, I am sorting the word length array, and depending upon the word length, I want to sort in ascending order. But when a word length array is sorted, corresponding word should also be sorted. Words should also be sorted. So array, string array should also be sorted. So what I do, let me compare if the particular element in the word length array. Okay, particular element in the word length array. So word length of j, a current element in the word length array is actually denoted by j, is greater than word length of j plus 1. Suppose if the current element, if the current element is greater than the next element, or if the current word length is greater than the next word length, then they are not in the proper order. So what we will do, we will swap them. So according to the bubble sort algorithm, we have to swap them by using a temporary variable. So now I am swapping this two word length values using temporary variable. So integer t equal to word length of j. Then actually word length of j, now it will go, it will assign with the value of, it will be assigned with the value of word length of j minus 1 or j plus 1. So word length of j will be now assigned with word length of j plus 1. Now word length of j plus 1 should be assigned with t. So it's just a matter of swapping two values, okay, using a temporary variable. So once you go through how to swap three values or two values using temporary variable, you will understand this logic. Okay, so now the current value of the array and the next value are just swapped when they are not in the ascending order, right? But when you are sorting the word length array, correspondingly word is there in another array, right? So word length will be sorted, but if word array is not sorted, then what will happen? Word length will be in one order and words will be in different order, so output will be wrong. So when a particular word length is in sorting, it's in sorting, right, or it is sorted, then corresponding word also should be sorted in the next array, the other array, string array, right? So we have to do that too in the same loop, right? So let me assume that string is actually sorted. Two strings in the current element and next element are sorted, right? Using a temporary variable. So string s is equal to array of j. Then array of j is actually assigned with array of j plus 1. Then array of j plus 1 is assigned with s. So first one is actually a string array, so sorry, integer array, so that's why we are using integer temporary variable. Second array is a string array, so that's why we are using string temporary variable. Okay, but what we are doing here is just we are swapping. Now let us compile it. Cannot find variable j, so variable j should be declared. Now let me declare the variable j here just next to I. So where I is declared actually here it's not there, right? Okay, I is declared here, and now let me declare j here. Okay, both are declared now, right? Now let me compile it. No syntax error. Now after or once this for loop is finished, right, what will happen, this sorting is finished, right? That means the words are now in the sorted order. Now what I want to do, I want to print them again. I want to print all the values again, right. So what I wanted to say, I want to print again, so system dot out dot println the words after sorting. So initially already we printed one time, so but that is before sorting. Now it's after sorting. Okay, the words after sorting. The string is actually displayed. Now what I want to do is I want to give the table format or the table column headers. So system dot out dot println, and here first the word header, right? Then after a tab space I want to give the word length. Word length. Yes, right? Word length. So now both are displayed. After that, I can go with same for loop again. Okay, already we displayed the array once, right? And we used a for loop here. Okay, we used a for loop here. That for loop is already available here, right? So I can use the same for loop because I'm printing the same array. I'm printing the same two arrays in the table format, but actually after sorting. So let me use the same code again to print the values or print the values in the array in the sorted order, right? So now it's over. So now all the process is over. And now let us do the process again. Let us run the program again one more time, right? And before that, let me compile it. Yeah, no syntax error. And now let us run the code. Enter a sentence, India. Now let us run the code. Enter a sentence. Now let me give a sentence, India is my country. And let me exclude the full stop. Yes. Now when I exclude the full stop, as per the question, if there is no full stop or if the sentence is not terminating with a full stop, then we have to stop the process after displaying a message invalid string. So it's displaying the message invalid string and stop the process. Now let me run it again. India is my country, and let me give a full stop. Yes, some runtime error is there, and let us check what is that. Array index out of bounds exception. Where is the error? I think array index is going out of bounds. Yes, here, here. Yes, here. Actually, instead of giving I++, I give C++. Let me change it to I++. And let me compile it again. No syntax error. Let me run the program again. Yes. Enter the sentence. India is my country. Then full stop. Now let me see the output. India's my country is actually having 4 words. India, then with 5 characters, then is with 2 characters. Now let me run the program. Let me enter a sentence. India is my country, and without full stop. So as per the question, if your sentence not terminating with full stop, then it has to print a string, invalid string, and it has to stop the process of processing the string. Now let me check it. Yes, it is displaying the string or sentence invalid string, and it is not continuing further. Right, let me close it, and before that, let me clear it. Now let me close it again, and let me run it. Now let me give India is my country with a full stop. Yes, some runtime error is there. Yeah, what is the runtime error? Yes, of course. So here instead of I++, I gave C++, right? So let me give I++ here, and let me check it. Let me compile it, and now no syntax error. So before that, let me clear the screen once. Yes. Now let me run the program again. Enter the sentence. India is my country. Full stop. Yes. Now it is having 4 words. India with 5 characters, his with 2 characters, and my with again 2 characters, and country with 7 characters. So this table is printing the words and their word lengths in unsorted order, but in the order of their presence in that string. But after that, the strings are arranged in uh, ascending order, or otherwise in the order according to the word length in ascending order, right? So here ascending order of the word length. So here that word I is having 2 characters. It's a shortest word. Like that, my is also the shortest word. So these two are coming first. After that, India is the next. Okay, next shortest word, and it's having 5 characters. It's coming next, and finally the largest word, country, is having 7 characters, and it is coming at last. So 2, 2, 5, 7, right? So the words are sorted according to the word length in ascending order, and now this program is working properly. I hope that you enjoyed this program. Keep on practicing programming, and happy programming. Thank you.